name is Rajesh and welcome back to Science Online. Reacting mass calculations. This is a quantitative chemistry for GCSE Chemistry students. In today's video, I'm going to show you very easy step-by-step process to calculate masses of different reactants and product in any chemical equations. So let's start with an example. In this question, what mass of aluminium reacts with 50 grams of chlorine to form aluminium chloride? So that's the question. Before we start, we need an equation. So aluminium reacts with chlorine to form aluminium chloride. And more importantly, the equation has to be balanced. So the balanced equation shows 2 aluminium react with 3 chlorine to form 2 aluminium chloride. So what is these numbers in front of these elements? 2, 3 and 2. These are the mole ratios of the reactants and the product. Please note, these mole ratios are very important in your quantitative chemistry calculations, because all your calculations after these is going to depend on these ratios. In most questions, you will be given a balanced equation to start with, but in some cases, you have to write the equation and balance the equation before you do any calculations. If you mess up the equation, you mess up the question. So very important to get this right before you start your calculations. So in this case, 2 moles of aluminium react with 3 moles of chlorine to form 2 moles of aluminium chloride. So this is our ratio. Now let's write the information we have with the question. The question says the mass of the chlorine is 50 grams. So let's write the mass and the 50 grams under the chlorine. So we know the mass of the chlorine, therefore we can work out the mole of the chlorine using the mole equal mass over mR. As you can see on the screen, the mass of the chlorine is 50, mR of the Cl2 is 71, and therefore the mole of the chlorine is 0.704. Now we got the mole of the chlorine. If you know the mole of the chlorine, you can work out the mole of aluminium. So this is where the mole ratio becomes very useful. So if you look at the top of the equation, 3 moles of chlorine reacts with 2 moles of aluminium. And therefore, 0.704 moles of chlorine needs 0.47 moles of aluminium using the mole ratio. So now we have the mole of aluminium. You got the mole of aluminium. You know the mR of aluminium, which is 27. Using the same equation, mole equal mass over mR, we can work out the mass of aluminium. In this case, 12.7 grams. We got our answer. In quantitative chemistry, having this structured approach will never let you down. And also, it will save you some time at the exam hall. There are 2 important things you need to note in quantitative calculation. First is the balanced equation, the ratio. That is very important for all your remaining calculations. If you get the ratio wrong, that will have an impact on your calculations. Second, always show your workings and the equations throughout the calculations clearly. In case if you made some calculation errors, you still have all your workings there, so you will get most of the marks. Hope you find this video useful. Until I see you in another video, bye to everyone.